One thing that I have always known is that what you think is exceptionally important and can absolutely influence where you go forwards into your life and how your life actually unfolds. I learned this at a very young age, and I'm so glad that I did. Because now we're in a situation in the modern day, and it's no different to any other generation, but we have a lot of unique challenges, and due to the fact we are the first generation to experience a lot of these, it is difficult to have the answers. Now, our generation is not the first to struggle. Everyone before has had the same set of issues, the same set of circumstances. They may have had certain things that worked out better, or certain other issues that we don't have, or vice versa, but the same has gone all through history. As humans evolve, as our society changes and evolves, we are faced with new issues, and due to them being new, we don't really understand how to deal with them. Living in the modern day, we've got so many issues to face. I'm not going to name them all because you guys already know what a lot of them are. You experience them in your everyday. But the way that people think about this, and the way that we're told to think about this, I think it really takes power away from us. Because here is the thing. There's still a lot of potential for you, me, and everybody else. And yes, I am not going to downplay at all the major issues that we face in day-to-day life. But I'd rather have a mindset that allows me to try and be successful than one that doesn't. You wouldn't believe how many young people out there think it's impossible to get a good job, to buy or rent a house, to get fit even, because of all of the different issues that we have socially, politically, all of these different things, right? So they are just a few examples that I've given. But here is the thing. I am not going to believe in a mindset that takes power away from my abilities. And I think that's where a lot of people are right now. Again, look at the cost of living, look at how expensive it is to buy essentials, look at the food that we have, right? Look at how cheap processed food is and how expensive a lot of other food is. These are just a few basic examples that we can all relate to. But the thing is, guys, we then blame big food companies, we then blame the government or this and that. Now, do the government, big food companies, and other bodies, depending on the circumstance, have a role to play? Yeah, quite a massive one. However, this is the thing, right? People will always struggle, irrespective of the location, irrespective of the circumstances, and people will always win. We can talk about the UK, the US, the West as it is called, the world anywhere. There's people right now who are becoming rich for the first time, richer than ever. There's people who are already rich and who are becoming richer than ever. There's people who this year have got into the best shape of their life. There's people this year who've just discovered financial freedom or so many other things. So some people clearly understand how it works. Now, whilst this might sound basic, here is the thing, right? Most people see those people and their life and don't ask how they can be like that. Don't ask what they did to discover what they discovered. And that's fine if that's not what they're into, but it is. They are interested in how to do it. They just simply don't ask the right questions. Now, irrespective of how hard it is, we can accept these challenges that we have, but we shouldn't believe in things that take power away from us. And what we have in the world right now is we have a mindset shift towards viewpoints that take power away from us. We're told about how bad things are. We're told about this and that all the time, which leads us to focus on external powers. You know, the government should do this, or big companies should do that. The thing is, guys, the world's going the way it's going, irrespective of anything. And it's arguably been the same since the dawn of human time, right? Now, things might be getting better, things might be getting worse. It depends what angle you want to take on it and what specific you want to focus on. But yes, we do have some unique challenges. Even with that being said, the viewpoint that I think a lot of people hold is very damaging. Because they have this mindset that they're never going to escape. They're never going to be able to do what they want. Now, on the current trajectory that they may be on, that could be the case. You never know. It depends what they want to do and it depends how they're living. But me personally, guys, I am never going to believe in a mindset that takes power away from my abilities, right? If I want to get in good shape, I think it's possible. If I want to build a business, I think it's possible. If I want to get a good job, I think it's possible. Now, I'm not saying that there is not going to be a tremendous amount of sacrifice. But then you see how we've already shifted the responsibility, right? We won't call it blame, we'll call it responsibility. I've now shifted the responsibility. Because if I'm always expecting, the government to make things better or businesses, they're not going to do that. Realistically, they are not going to do that. So who is the one person who I can rely on? Well, obviously it's myself, right? Realistically, you can only rely on yourself in this world, and that is just the truth of it. So if that is the case, why do we take all of our power away by lacking self-belief? Why do we take all our power away by looking at other bodies as responsible for our destiny? Then you zoom out, right? You look at other opportunities that you might have in other parts of the world. You look at other opportunities that you might have even in different towns or different industries, working in different businesses. And I know not everybody's going to want to move or try a different job. But you see how the mindset's already opened up. Because if I truly think that I've got no influence over my life, obviously there's no point in doing those things. At the same time, that is a very dangerous position to be in. Because if you don't think that you can influence your own life, then who can? I don't know what I'm even trying to say, guys, but what I am trying to say, briefly, is understand the responsibility and power that you have over your own life. And I would not be in the belief, or of the belief, that I can't do, or can't try, at the very least, to do what I want, right? To achieve what I want. And so many people are melted down into this viewpoint that they can't achieve what they want, they can't do what they want, because it's too hard, it's too impossible. No one's saying it's not going to be challenging. But what the truth arguably is that irrespective of the challenge, if you want it enough, and if you believe that it's destined for you, anything can be done. So you guys can let me know what you think about this. It's just something that I've always believed in, really. And I think it works out better. I don't see any power in believing that you can't do excellent things, great things, and the things that you want to do. I don't see the benefit in having that mindset, that belief. So it's never something that I would carry around with me. Now, maybe over time this will change. I don't see why it would, but stranger things have happened. But I want to know what you guys have to say about this. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section. Thank you so much for your time, guys. And again, did this make sense? I don't know. Sometimes I've got answers in my videos, sometimes I just share my opinions. This is something that I've kind of realised, over the past couple of years. I've really always known it, but as time has gone on, I've proven, in my head at least, the benefits that this mindset can have. Let me know your thoughts on this, guys. Thank you for your time, and I hope I'll see you again.